So this is project number 2 of the Arduino starter book, where we will learn to upload our code to the Arduino and then use that code to control some LEDs on our breadboard. So in this project, I deviate a little bit from the book, and instead of using the Arduino IDE, which is much more beginner friendly for loading code onto the Arduino, I decided to go with Rust because it's just a language that I've been having fun with learning just as a hobby. So the process of getting our Rust code onto the Arduino for it to run can be broken down into 3 steps. One is we need to instruct the Rust compiler to target the correct architecture of the Arduino chip, which is the AVR architecture. And second, we need to update our code so that it is actually compatible and able to be compiled to AVR. And to do that, we need to not use the standard library. We need to also use a custom main function, and we also need to use a custom panic handler that doesn't do unwinding. Then, once we have our code successfully compiling to the AVR architecture, we need a way of loading that code onto the board. And for that, I just used this Rust crate called RaveDude, which does that pretty easily. So here is just some sped up footage of me setting up my Rust crate to be able to load my code onto the Arduino. So now that we have our code compiling for the Arduino and it getting loaded onto the board, we can use this crate called Arduino HAL, which I think stands for Hardware Abstraction Layer, which gives us a nice interface for accessing the pins on the board and doing things like toggling the LEDs and lots of other things. So here, the first program that I'm writing is just to blink LED 13, which is an LED that's built straight into the board. And in this video, you can see that I've got the LED blinking, which is that little LED right there in the board. So I'm also deviating from the book a little bit in terms of the circuit that I'm going to be making. So the project book described making this imaginary spaceship interface circuit, but I decided just to do something a little bit different, but I think still will teach the same concepts. So I decided to make a little 8-bit LED display just to display an 8-bit binary number. So here's me setting up the circuit with 8 LEDs. Each one needs a little resistor, and I've also set up a button with a pull-down resistor to turn on and off incrementing the number that we're displaying. Now that the circuit is put together, I'm just going to go ahead and update my Rust code so that it actually displays a binary number on these 8 LEDs. And I'm not going to go over every step of this, but it wasn't too hard, and the final output was pretty fun to look at. And so I'm just gonna let this recording play, and at the end show the result. All right, next is project 3.